Hey guys, it's Larry Greenberg. Today we're going to talk about the iLevel. The iLevel might be the most versatile stand I've come across. Now the stand itself comes in two lengths. It comes in 8-inch and 16-inch variations. Both of them look exactly the same, but you can get them in both black or white. Otherwise they're identical. The iLevel has this super heavy-duty clip on the bottom that you can use to attach to, various things. And we'll get to what all those things are in a minute when I show you kind of the different applications. Once you've picked out the size and color of the mount itself, then you have to actually pick what device you plan on using it for. Here you have two choices. This one here is kind of the universal mobile device holder. We'll get to that in a second. Right now I'm using it with the iPhone 4. It works with the iPhone 3GS. I'm sure it works with all the Android devices, Blackberries. It's fully adjustable, and we'll get to that one in a second. They also have a mount for the Kindle. So this works with the smaller Kindle, the 6-inch Kindle, not the DX, but the smaller version. We'll get to that in a second as well. But both of these things really, take care of the problem that you might face when you're doing, let's say, reading on your Kindle for an extended period of time and you have to hold it up in that upright position. Or let's say you're on a telephone call and you don't want to hold it for a very long time, or in your car. My car, for example, and we'll go out to my car in a minute. My car has a really long windshield, and I have a hard time finding mounts that actually reach to a point where I can safely touch the screen while driving because my windshield is so far away from me. Don't have that problem with this, and I'll show you why in a second when we go outside. But solves the problem if you're in like a larger SUV or another vehicle that has a longer windshield than most. This takes care of that issue. So again, comes in a bunch of variations. You can choose the different mounts. You can get both and attach them both to the iLevel itself. In my case, I've been using the iPhone 4 one primarily. My wife has the Kindle. She's been using it kind of at our bedside table, and we'll get to that as well in a minute. I want to show you how the Kindle works with it. So you can choose between 8-inch, 16-inch, black, white, Kindle, or universal mount. Let's go outside, and I'm going to first show you what I like to do with this and my iPhone 4. So I'm out in my car, and I left my old mount up there just so you could see exactly what I'm talking about. This is just a universal mount that I picked up at my local BJ's or Costco, and you can see when I'm driving in my vehicle I have to lean pretty far forward to reach it. Not really all that safe. I'm actually leaning forward in my seat trying to reach it. With the iLevel, my iPhone 4 is actually placed right in front of me. It's an optimal position for me. You might think it's obstructing my view, but it's really not. It's kind of in line with the console and the rearview mirror. I don't generally look underneath my rearview mirror here, so this is really in the optimal viewing angle for me to make calls, to use my GPS, to maybe check an email if I get to like a red light or somewhere where I've stopped, to listen to my iPod. I believe this is actually a much safer position to control my phone with than leaning forward to try to operate, let's say, the iPod to change music or things like that. I can still, again, adjust this any way I want. It's fully adjustable. If I want it farther back away from me, I can do so. But this universal cradle really locks the iPhone in there. It's not going anywhere. So most of you are probably aware of the new feature that's bundled with the iPhone 4 called FaceTime. If you're not aware, FaceTime is essentially video calling where you can take your iPhone 4 and have a video conference call with another person that's also using an iPhone 4. And actually with some third-party applications, you can easily use FaceTime with the iPhone 3GS as well. So the stand or the level here is actually perfect for FaceTime. If you've done a FaceTime call, you're probably aware that it does get cumbersome to hold your iPhone for an extended period of time. Your arm gets tired because you have to hold the phone up close to your face. Well, I've got my iPhone 4 in the stand on my wife's desk here, and it's absolutely perfect. I can make calls and I don't have to hold the phone up to my face at all. It's right there. I'm right in the proper position. It works absolutely perfectly. Even for non-FaceTime calls, just to make speakerphone telephone calls, I prefer using it in this position where I can just make speakerphone calls and talk directly to the iPhone 4 without having to hold it up. Now here comes Dan Cohen calling me on a FaceTime call, and let's show exactly how it would look with the level. You can see I'm now connecting. I'm right lined up with the screen. There's Dan. Hi, Dan. Dan, I can't hear you. Dan seems to be having problems with his iPhone 4, but as you can see, he's right there in the display, and I can see him absolutely perfectly. As far as making the FaceTime call goes, the stand is absolutely perfect. You can see both of us right there on the screen, and it works just as you might imagine. Alright guys, now I have the iLevel set up with the iViewer for Kindle. Again, this is for the Kindle 2. Apologize for the camera angle. I've got it set up on my desk where I shoot much of my videos at. It's just kind of an awkward position, but I think you get the general idea. When it's on the iLevel, it puts the Kindle in a real ergonomic viewing position. Let's say you got a cookbook loaded on here, clip this thing onto your countertop. You can access it kind of at eye level without having to be hunched over, looking down while you're, looking for a recipe. Same even with extended reading. You could wire this thing up so it's sitting off your bedstand or your nighttime table and kind of sitting on your lap, so you don't actually have to hold it. You can just read and, click through the pages. What's really nice about it, if I pop it off here, you can see that the cradle that it uses is actually a stand as well. So to insert it, you simply slide it straight down, and if you look on the back, there's a little easel, and all you do is pop that out and kind of crank it till it clicks in place to the proper position, and then you can use it just like that, kind of like a stand. And again, use it on your countertop. You never have to take this off. If you want to utilize the level, you can simply pop it back on and you're good to go. So thanks for joining me for a quick look at some of the iLevel products. Again, got the universal mount, great for cell phones, Blackberries, things like that, maybe even some smaller GPS devices. And then you've got the Kindle mount, which not only works with the iLevel, but also doubles as kind of a stand in its own right, and can be utilized on countertops and things like that. And then of course the iLevel itself, which comes in 2 lengths and 2 colors. I will put links to everything in the video description. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, please feel free to drop me a line. Otherwise, you have a great day.